can't believe you said that. It was so funny. And I'm like, oh, well,
It's my favorite part.
It's not as funny
my
today.
favorite part. I know. Oh, no, it's so great. You're like, actually, this whole show should be pointless.
Yeah, we shouldn't
even
on the air.
exist.
If I have to speak common sense to you, Paul, turn the mics off. Think for yourself. Okay, so being called a murderer, who cares? I wasn't killing anyone, and I knew it. So when BLM and Antifa started rearing their head, it was posted on social media to burn down my salon first because I was now a target for the cancel culture and the leftist mob. They said, burn down Glamour Salon and kick Lindsey Graham's. Can't say it on the air. So I'm sitting at home with my brand new baby and my kids, and I'm going, dude, I just opened my doors and fought this humongous fight. I'm exhausted. You're telling me now my whole salon's going to get burnt down? Like, after everything? This is my life's work, by the way. I've been a hairstylist for 15 years. I had worked my way organically to the top. I've spent all the money I make putting it back into my business. This was my livelihood. I mean, this was everything I'd worked for. And at that time, to me, this was life. Like, this was all I lived for. This was my identity. This is my jam. And so I said, you know what? You're not going to burn my salon down. I got on my Facebook, which had a lot of followers by this point because I've been on the news so much. And I said, call to arms. I want patriots who can legally bear arms to come down to my salon. Let's protect the downtown area. And they did. About 300 to 400 patriots showed up, men and women.
I have chills.
Yeah. It was so weird. I got down there like in my hat and my beanie and my jacket because it's Oregon. Remember, it's raining. And always. And I was like running ops, like a military. It was so funny, like a general. People were like, Lindsey, can you send 3 or 4 guys down to this candy shop because we don't have anybody? And yeah, you guys go here and you guys go here. And we just scattered. It wasn't just about me anymore. It was about the whole community.
Wow.
And I took videos of downtown because I was just walking the streets going, they're everywhere. People are standing up for themselves. And that was it. I mean, that was all the cancel culture needed. And I became, dun, dun, dun,
Patriot Barbie.
Patriot Barbie. But mostly I became a white supremacist.
Oh, of course.
Hello. The typical. Yeah. So I was a racist.
Because you don't want your business burned down. You're a racist.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So racist, white supremacist, white nationalist, you name it. All of which are not true, of course. I don't need to say that, but you conservatives know you're all called racists every day too. So that was it. I was getting hate mail. I was getting death threats.
When did you decide though to like, okay, I'm out?
Like in the heart of that.
That's
yes.
But
yes.
you saw, you know what I love is she saw how, she says a call to arms, like it's us against them now. Mm-hmm. They're coming after our businesses. And I love that they came out and supported you. Mm-hmm. And man, right now, to be honest, I made a big mistake this morning really fast.
Oh.
I usually get up and like walk or do something like physical before I come in and record because it like wakes my brain up.
Yeah.
I made a big mistake. I just opened my phone and I was like, like this is
down the
so
spiral.
Depressing. And I mean, I'm looking around going, you guys, I feel like that same feeling of there's like this call to arms. There's this call to how far are we going to let this go?
This whole world right now is a call to action. Everything we're saying is a call to action. Us being on this radio is a call to action. Speak up, speak truth, speak loudly.
And be willing, like you said. For instance, you're like, this is everything I'd worked for, but you left it behind.
I did.
You left it because you're like, there's some things even more important. And I'm finding this a lot with people I know that they're caving in. They're taking the jab. They're like, well,
don't be coerced.
But this is where does that end?
No, it doesn't.
Where does it end?
They stop. It doesn't. It ends in heaven when Jesus comes back. That's when it ends.
So when you left and came here, give me a little bit of that.
Yeah, this is the best part of the story. It's the best. So a lot of my family was moving to Arizona for their own reasons. And in the heart of this cancel culture, I'm not even going to tell you how badly I was hurting during this because it's in my book and you need to buy it. It's called Targeted. There's my book plug. I lay out what it felt like to endure that. I mean, it was intense. And so in the heart of that, we just said, we're leaving Oregon. We can't be successful here. I'm losing stylists. They were dropping like flies. First, because of the murderer thing. And then second, because I was magically all of a sudden overnight a white supremacist. Like, these girls know me. And like you were saying in your story, you started losing people. I started losing everybody. Everybody who even knew who I was turning on me for the sake of, like, they didn't have what it took to stick up for me.
Self-preservation.
Oh, big time. And here I was trying to self-preserve all by myself.
Yeah.
And so we had just built a house. We lived in it for 2 years. We built a custom house on property. It was our forever home. I called the real estate agent the next day. We listed it for sale. I had to close my salon. I had lost all my stylists. I couldn't survive. We had to sell off a gym that we had just built that was supposed to be our retirement plan. It was super successful, and that community was primarily Hispanic. And the liberal, leftist, like millennial Hispanics decided that I was a white supremacist, so that meant that applied to them too. And they started canceling our gym. And so we had to put out a public statement that we had sold off, and we left that behind. And then we just this last month sold the last 4 of our businesses in Oregon. But we got to Arizona. I immediately felt peace. Like, at this point, God was starting to say, I got you, but not even remotely in the way that I sit here today. Like, not even. My journey happened. I guess I'm going to plug my book again because it's a big part of my story. But
Get the book, guys.
Yeah, guys, about
Targeted.
that book again. Targeted? No. God told me to write a book. He really did. Through 3 different people in one day, he told me to write a book.
Oh, wow.
And I sat down to write my book. And at first I don't even know, and I still don't even know, if the book is really about selling the book or if it's about me working through what happened, because I was so angry at these girls that had turned on me. I was angry at my community who just threw me in the trash. I was angry about losing everything I'd worked for, even though I knew God was going to faithfully provide for us. But
it was cathartic because you're processing all the pain. Like,
yes.
you're like,
as I'm writing, I find myself writing kind of angry and typing, and then I go back to edit that chapter, and I'm like, "Well, you're angry. Let's maybe not be that angry." And I had to pray throughout the book, and as it took form, I found myself saying, "Oh, I should put a scripture in right here where I really feel like this applied to my life." All those scriptures I read to you.
You guys, I'm like on the chapter 3, and it's amazing how so many of the same ones that God has given me during the last 4 years. Like,
yes.
And I'm going, there's another one.
His word is truth. Yep. So, I wrote the book, and I just felt like, oh, man, God's doing something. And here I am sitting here with you doing a radio show. But that didn't just obviously manifest itself. The day that I met you, not that you're my savior, but
I'm not. Whatever.
You are
Next
my savior's
co-host.
little pet.
I need adoration.
Oh, you were a connection to someone else, to someone else, to someone else who just started a domino effect of God saying, you have a new life down here. These are your new people.
These are your people.
These are your people. This is your cult. Just kidding. This is where I want you. And these people are who I want you to align with. And I've actually been given people that I should not align with too, where I've kind of gone, okay, God, keep me on the right path. Keep me on the right path. And moral of the story, I'm here. God has brought my book to fruition. It's out there. I don't know what's going to happen with it. I'm being called to be a conservative voice. Mm-hmm. I was called distinctly to this show with you. And I really feel like I'm not living for, I got something else to tell you too. You don't even know this. I'm not living for that identity as like the salon owner, the extension specialist that I was in Oregon. I'm not living for that anymore. And God did the same thing. He took away that passion. But Brandy and I, so this is to you guys. Brandy and I attended a Women Making a Difference Around the World last week. It's a fundraiser for sex trafficking. And I was called to do hair for those victims. And it's just another point in my life that God said, you're going to go where I tell you, and I'm going to bless you for doing it. Because, guys, I'm so blessed here. I get more time with my family.
And you know what? And we use our gifts in a new way.
Yes.
It's not that we've changed all that much. We're just using our gifts in a different way. And I love that God's brought us together. Mm-hmm. And I think that, hey, you guys, if you have speaking engagements or, we're not claiming to be know all the bylaws and be political savants, but we are living it. We're living proof that courage is contagious, and we do need to have this conservative voice like Lindsey's, have a microphone.
Strong people.
We do need it. And so if you guys have any opportunity there, let us know.
Yeah, we'll come rock your world.
Yeah. Find us on Instagram.
Yep. She's So Right Show. And website, same thing.
She's So Right Show.
And God bless America.
And God bless you all.
Woo.